Tell you what, some days it's not even worth waking up. Well, it was Labor Day weekend, and it was one fiasco after another. I was supposed to be in Alabama doing a fishing video for y'all at a lake in Gulf Shores, Alabama. That fell through, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe we'll make it happen another day. Maybe we'll go to even a better lake. But things happen, so I decided to make best of it. And so Labor Day weekend, against all semblance of sanity I might have had, I decided I was going to go fishing in the third largest state in America, and probably the fastest growing state in America. Yeah, that was smart. So when I got there, I don't know if you've, most of y'all probably don't understand Florida wildlife dynamics. Most of my viewers are probably used to shad, so you probably know a thing called a gizzard shad. And gizzard shad, they're nice, I guess. We really don't have a lot of shad. I'm 46 years old. I can't really remember seeing a shad. I know we have them, but that's how rare they are. It's kind of like trying to find a crappie. We really don't have a lot of crappie. And I was telling somebody, I said, you know, one of the reasons why we don't have a lot of crappie and other fish like that is because we do not have shad, not in bountiful quantities like other parts of the world or other parts of America. So anyway, we do have a thing called menhaden, and they will come up into the rivers. And so the menhaden, when I got there, there were thousands and thousands and thousands of menhaden. So I got out there. If you had a cast net and you threw it at the water, you couldn't even pull the cast net up because it would have just been so loaded down menhaden you couldn't pick them up. And they're so big that few game fish in this area can eat them. So unless it's a really big bass, really big redfish, very few fish can eat something that big. And so there was a guy that he was actually fishing on the pier where I was unloading the boat, and he said that there was a redfish. There was one redfish, and he had ate so many of these menhaden that he was just kind of wallowing around. He wasn't even interested in eating anymore. And then there was a jackfish he was talking about, which that's a chain pickerel, and he had ate so much that he just wasn't interested in anything anymore. And so that's the way it was for most of the day. A lot of the big fish were not interested. So I spent the majority of the morning trying to go get bait fish, namely some live brim so that I could catfish. And I'll show you, a few excerpts of that now. Before we continue on with this video, I wanted to bring up today's sponsor, which is you. So Patreon gives us an opportunity to engage with our fans that really want to support the channel. Every day, small channels like mine goes away. And the reason why is that, one, YouTube cheats us. Two, it costs so much and we're not getting enough money. And three, we're just lacking the support we need. So Patreon gives you a chance to support small content creators like myself so that I can continue putting out the content you like. And the way it's set up is that it's a paid monthly subscription. And so you pay Patreon, and then Patreon pays me. And so with each paid level, you get different benefits. So I got Friends of Kin. and that is the lowest level. Then I've got the Squatch Squad, and so that's another level. And then I got Mega Patrons, and so each one has a certain benefit that I think is worth the level of money that you're paying out. And so it is a way that you can help me to shape this channel, for you to support this channel, to provide things that I need monetarily to keep things going. So I need your help. And this is a way that you can help. So please go to my Patreon channel, and link it is in the description as well. And on to the video. Well, good morning, everybody. I am on the river today. Actually, I'm in a local basin. I have got an Ozark Trail frog, and what I've done is I've epoxied some Velcro on top of the head. So this is one of my little tricks that I use. Bass have very fine teeth, and that'll get caught up in that fuzzy part of the Velcro. So we're going to kind of toss around. They're hitting right now. I'm just kind of motored up my way a little bit. And if I don't catch anything, we're going to head on out to another river and start doing some catfishing. So we're doing multi-species fishing today. What I'm doing is I am fishing in some flats here, and I'm just trying to work the frog in the hopes that maybe one wants it. I'm not seeing any fish yet, but you never know, one might hit it. Water is super clear today. We've had storms for 3 days, 4 days straight, and the water is just as crystal clear as it can be. Something just came up that frog, but it didn't want it. It's like a little baby jackfish. Hey guys, so I was reeling in my worm, trying to catch some bait. I caught 2 little brim that I didn't want to talk about, but this right here is a little big bass quit that he hit my worm. Thought that was kind of neat, so we're going to throw him back. He's not eating size, but hey, at least got something. Well guys, I was trying to catch me some bait, and I ended up catching me a good bluegill. The wife doesn't eat these. I like them, but I just don't think I'm going to keep this one today. When I got to the boat ramp, there was some of these fish that had came up and beached themselves with the low tide, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them up as bait. Well, nothing's moving. It's about midday. I think I'm gonna probably call it a day in a minute. Pick up the wife and we'll just go ride down the river. In Florida, you have a lot of vegetation that rots on the bottom of the rivers and the lakes, and the waters get hot. And so it's nothing to see bubbles come up of methane, and so you expect to see the methane. The problem is, well, if the bubbles start moving in a line, that normally means there's a gator. And so I promised my wife I would be home by no later than like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And so she wanted to go out on the boat, and I said, you know what, I'll just let her know that I'm fixing to head out, and I'll pick her up at the water, and I'll take her on a boat ride. Well, I went to pull in my bait, and when I did, something hit it. And I bowed up on my rod, my Shakespeare rod broke. It busted. I'm not accustomed to having rods bust on me. That kind of ticked me off. But anyway, now I've got to buy a new rod. And luckily I was able to get my get it in. But yeah, that was horrible. And then I'll show you what happened next. Guys, y'all are not gonna believe what I have here. I have a alligator snapping turtle, and yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this. These things will take off your hand. Trying to get man, this thing, alright, I want to show you this. Look at this. I've got it in the foot. I'm going to try to take it out of the foot if I can. But if it tries to bite me, I'm not letting it bite me. I can take off a finger. So, quit. Let's see if we can take that out of your foot. If it will. There you go. It's released. It's not harmed. I got it out of the foot. Wow. I hope I got that on film. Second time this year I've caught an alligator snapping turtle in this area. That one was half the size of the one I caught with Ricky. Same area that I caught with Ricky. So I'm just getting up some hooks. I'm going to take my wife out on a boat trip since I'm not catching fish. But man, that is freaking awesome. Yeah, that turtle was crazy. But what was really crazy was the hooks. My goodness. I just wanted to show, it's hard to show right here. Almost all of my hooks have been stripped clean, and this one has been bent. I mean, it's like bent. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if this was a turtle that ate it or what, but my goodness, this is totally destroyed. Last line being pulled up, yet another hook messed up. This is freaking nuts. finally got my wife. She got loaded up on boat. As soon as we got loaded up, there was a boat in distress, and somebody asked us to help them out, so we went and helped them out. We've been there before. I've needed a tow. It's just something that you do, so we went and did that. I didn't film it. I didn't want to put them on YouTube, nothing. That guy was having a bad enough day, and it served no purpose. I mean, we've all been there. We know how it feels. So it just was good that we was able to help him out. It was a real easy fix. Guy handled. Got him to shore. He's fine. Then all the idiots. Now I'm going to do a public service announcement for State of Florida Advertising Bureau. We natives do not like people coming to the state of Florida. The number of people coming into Florida adds no benefit. It does not improve our living. Our living is not made better. We do not get better paying jobs. We do not get better paying opportunities. It increases our cost of living. So right now, where I live is a very poor community, and yet our cost of living is higher than New York City. And they're destroying the environment. Most of these people that are making all these rules are not from here, do not understand the environment. They're all wanting to build in places that are environmentally sensitive, and so you have habitat that's being destroyed to build homes for people that won't even be here in 2 years. So if you're thinking about moving to Florida and you want to move to Florida, please consider Texas or Georgia or any other of the 49 states or the 48 states, because you're leaving your state, so you obviously hate it. But consider another state besides Florida. For the love of God, we have too many as it is. But anyway, it was so dangerous, I left. We couldn't enjoy ourselves. It was a danger. And so I left. Then trying to load up the boat, I decided I was going to work on the boat. Yeah, the boat got caught up in my socket wrench, got locked up, and now I've got to replace the bolt, fix that, try and do some minor repairs while I had the boat off the trailer. And then everybody and their brother decided at one time that they was going to come in, which meant I had to navigate idiots. And in the process of trying to navigate idiots in a tight space, my trailer tail light got busted. So that means that and also my side marker light went out. So that means I've got to replace a side marker light and a trailer light. So I figured, why not just replace all the lights since I'm going to be doing it. So that will be something I'll be doing very soon. But yeah, there's only one fish that is edible. My wife, she doesn't eat bluegill. And so it was a wasted day. Sometimes it just isn't worth getting up out of bed, and Labor Day was that day for me. So not every day is a good day on the water, but it had some good content, saw some neat things. I was able to share some of it with you. I'm still trying to get some good cameras. I'm still trying to get up a camera system. So join that Patreon. That will help me out tremendously. I really do need your help so that we can get these camera systems, because like I've been saying over and over, GoPro isn't cutting it. The GoPro camera, after about 30 minutes, it overheats, shuts down, has no battery. So unless I'm just got it down at 1080 and I'm only hitting every time that I've got a fish on or something other, I'm really not getting that much footage of it. It has fallen down in its duties. So if you can help me, join my Patreon. I'll try to get these this boat rigged up to where we got a dual camera system in addition to my GoPro. And when I do that, trust me, I think you're gonna love it. We're gonna have some fantastic B-roll footage. I'm talking with a few companies right now, and they're not gonna give it to me. So I'm not one of these YouTubers that I'm big enough that they give me stuff, but they're Sony equipment, Sony mechanisms, Sony chips, Sony cameras. This is some good stuff, and I think it'll work for us. I think we'll have some great footage. And then after I get the boat rigged up, I want to get my Catch 100 Classic, my Pelican Catch 100 Classic. I want to get that rigged up. I had a YouTuber that he told me of something to try. I'm going to look up the price to see if it works. If not, there's a camera I'm looking at that I don't know. It's one of them budget cameras. I'd rather go with something, but if GoPro isn't cutting it, I'm gonna have to go with somebody else. DJI, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I've got some ideas, but the kayak's gonna come after the boat. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. I hope your Labor Day was wonderful. Please comment below what you think is happening to my catfish lines. This is like the third trip or fourth trip where they bent and cut my hooks. What's getting on these lines and what's happening, and how can I stop it? So let me know and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.